So now I have defined my credit control area. What next? Define company code. What is company code? This is your company code. So company code is most important one. People will ask you in the interview, what data do you maintain while defining company code? There are about 6-7 points to answer this question. Okay, so in the next say 5 minutes, once we while we are creating company code, we will answer those questions, right? So let's go with edit, copy, delete, check company code. I'll go with this one. Look at here, you have got two options. First one is copy, delete, check company code. Second one is edit company code. So what I will be doing, I will be going with copy, delete, check company code. I'll just go with it. Now, once again, you look at here, in the application specific toolbar, I have an option called copy organizational object. I'll go and click it here. It will take some time because company code creation will update lot of tables. So therefore it has to identify what are the tables that it is required while creating company code, and also read the entry 0001, place a new entry which we are going to create. So for the entire thing, it's going to take a couple of minutes. By the way, any questions so far?
Right. I've got a question for you. What my understanding is, whatever you defined or define in the configuration, like what we're doing, we need to do manually in each system rather than transports. Is that correct? I do see that we are creating transports, but from my understanding, we need to manually do it in each system.
No, not required, sir. You need not have to do manually. That's the reason we are saving those changes in the transport request.
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you. Just give me a moment. Let me complete this one. So now here also from company code 0001. Okay, what is the company code I wanted? 777. Right. Now you go and click continue. Now answer for the question. Okay, so let me write it over here. Where is my Excel file? So the question is, what data do you maintain for company code setup? Okay, there are multiple answers for this. First and foremost, GL accounts. Okay, because all the accounting takes place at company code level. Where are the accounts getting created? Now you see here, only copy the GL accounts if you want to allocate the same chart of accounts to the target company codes as to the source company code. Do you want to copy GL accounting data of the company code? Now what is that you are trying to do? You are trying to create company code 0001 and making yourself as 7777. So it is asking you, do you want to copy GL accounts? In real time you will say no, because all the GL accounts would have been there in your legacy system, old system. Therefore you will go with no. But here in the practice I will have to say yes, because I am not an FICO consultant. My job is not to create some 10, 20, 30 GL accounts in this class. So instead I will be using all the GL accounts which are available in 0001 company code, and I will extend them onto my company code 777. So therefore I will go with, do you want to copy GL account company code data? For that I would say yes. But in real time answer is no. Next, currency. Okay, so what currency do you maintain for the company? Now it says 0001 company code, which is a European company code for which euro is assigned. What currency would you like to have for your company code 777? Because that's being an Indian company, I wanted INR to be maintained as a currency for this company. So now it is asking, do you want to allocate a different local currency? I would say yes. What is the local currency? INR, Indian rupee. So I'll go and hit enter. Now it says certain data was not copied. Makes sense because the legal rules between India and the Europe may not be same in all the cases and aspects. So therefore it says certain data was not copied. Okay, that's not a problem. Let it not get copied. Right? There is also, it says there is some inconsistency in ledger 8A profit center accounting. That is also okay. Okay. Now you see here it says the number range intervals and the addresses linked to the automatic recurring customizing change. It says the number range and address is not getting copied. Are you okay with it? I would say okay. Do you really want to transport number ranges? No, I don't want. I wanted to create my own number ranges. Okay, so now what it is doing is it is trying to identify all the entries of 0001 company code in the respective company code tables, and then it will add a new entry for your company code 7777. Just give me one moment, it's going to take some time. So in the meanwhile I'll just come and wash my face. I'm getting drowsy. So just give me 30 seconds.
Vinod, while this one is going on, see, the main thing is here we see the as far as the SAP is concerned, client. Client is nothing but when you are logging in, you are specifying the client. What is exactly the difference between that client and where here I'm saying company as a client?
Okay, are you asking me, Sudhakar? Or are you telling to, asking somebody? Hello?
Yeah, I'm asking you, Srinivas.
Okay. Right. The client that you see here on the SAP system, you see here EC7 in bracket 1800, this is called technical client. Okay, look at here. While you are saving your data into the respective database tables, just now I've shown you here, it's getting stored into the tables. You see here 800 of 777. This client is called technical client. Okay, I think it's completed its activity, so let me save this one. Okay, enter numeric values only. There is a problem. I will resolve that problem. Let me answer your question first. So here, you see here 800 7777. What is this? The 7777 is the credit control area. But what is this 800? This is called technical client. It is the client ID into which you log into. If you could recollect the last class or the last to last class discussion, you see here golden client 120 in the landscape, development client 150, etc. Client have given. This client is nothing but the client with which the data will get stored. Are you getting my point? It is only meant for the security purpose. The data that you maintain in client 800. What is client 800?
Srinivas, I understand that, because why I'm asking this question is because the client and the company, this is a terminology as well as wording what we are using.
Yeah.
Because client over here we are using and basically to separate, because this is a 800 technical client which is having all the tables are going to saved
Correct.
for the particular organization.
Customer, yes.
Yeah. So again, inside our customization, we are creating the company, because that is the top level organizational structure, in which we are going to have a company code plus controlling area, etc., plant and storage location and all this thing.
Right.
Because when we are referring the company to as a client, so that's why just why, because this is the first I'm seeing this one as a client. That's why just why they call it the client rather than company.
You are 100% correct, Sridhar, but that's how the SAP has designed its architecture or rather structure. See, the client normally when we call to which client are you working for, that's actually nothing but the customer. We don't refer the technical client. Okay, so the company as such is a brand. So there is a small a confusion across the audience, because sometimes we call it as company, sometimes we call it as client, sometimes we call it as customer. So one and all are same from the business perspective, whereas technical side client is different. That is the ID with which all your data will get saved, but the client in generic sense is nothing but the company, or I would say group company. So SAP has designed its software in that way. So that is what we call as SAP BYD. BYD stands for by design. So how they have, why they have designed it that way, I don't have proper answer. But client.
No. I understand, Srinivas. That's fine. The only one thing is that wording, basically, whether actually it's called as a client or company. That's what my point is. That's
company.
Right. Okay.
In SAP terminology, it is company. But in the normal generic talk between you and me, you could say client.
Okay. I understand.
Sudhakar, you want to say something, or you want to add?
Sorry, I would like to add something here, whether it is right or wrong. Like correct me.
Not a problem.
As far as my understanding, Sridhar, the client is, okay, let's put it this way, the company. You know the company is created, but you don't know the company is created in which application server, under which client. So here, I believe what I understand is company is stored in a client of a particular application server from which you need to move the transports to another client of another environment or another server within that server. Is that right, Venkat?
Partially, yes. You can say this way. A company is created in a client, which is technical. And from that client, you can actually transport this company changes to other client. Okay? So that's...
Is that okay, Sridhar? Is that what you're trying to...
No, Sudhakar, I understand that, but what I'm asking actually, the terminology what is being used over here, that's why, because just the technical client and the regular client again, it's going to confuse the terminology. That's why just typically the client is a 3-digit numeric field typically used, and the company is 7-digit alphanumeric. So just the client, whatever the created here, company and all the things, this can be transported across the different in the landscape, that's understood. But only one thing is that just to make sure that client and company is interchangeable as far as the wording is concerned. That's what I was asking.
Correct. It is interchangeable. But
Go
not,
ahead, Srinivas.
but not with the technical client. Client and company, yes, interchangeable from the generic perspective.
Yeah.
Yes, they are interchangeable.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Now here, when I try to copy 0001 entry into 777, it got terminated by saying enter numeric value only. Although I did enter numeric value, which is 7777, it has got some problem. So therefore, it has not been completed successfully. There is some problem with IDES system. The problem is, I'll tell you, there is a table. SE16 is the transaction code to display the table data. There is some table called TNIW5. Okay, there is a table TNIW5. Let me just go and display the labels instead of field names. Okay, so BUKRS MTAT REICHWIT, these things, because I did it so many times I might understand it, but you guys will have some trouble in remembering the names. So therefore what I'm trying to do is I'll display the label instead of technical name so that you will understand it. Now you see it's company code material type coverage. For material type ROH, okay, ideally this coverage, okay, this particular field should have a 3-character keys, right? But for 0001 company code, you see here there is something called double digit coverage. This is creating problem, right? This is actually a bug in the IDES system. There was a node which needs to be implemented, or you have to delete this entry and then recreate your company code so that it will work. Okay, so why it has happened that way is, prior to ECC 6.0 you have got ECC 4.7. I think this issue is there since ECC 4.7. Prior to ECC 4.7 you have got ECC version 4.6 A, B and C. During those versions, earlier versions, as per design of the SAP system, this coverage is a 2-character key. But once the ECC version has been changed from 4.6 to 4.7, that is from 4.7 the ECC central component version has comes into picture. From that moment onwards, this particular field has been made as 3-digit key, because when you upgrade the software, this 2-digit key from earlier version has come. So this has not been rectified in the IDES version. But in live system you don't see this issue, but because this being an IDES system you have this problem. So what you have to do is you have to delete this entry with a 2-character key. So what I can do is, now you see here, select this entry, go to table data, delete. Okay, so now I'm going to delete this entry, but in real time you will not have this problem. Only in test system you have this problem. So therefore I'm deleting this one. After deletion, now you see there is no 0001 with 12. Now what you can do is once again go with copy. This time if you want to go with 0001, you can go with 0001, or you can use 1000 and use 777. Once again, you copy all the GL accounts from your reference company, which is 0001, and then I wanted to have the local currency. I don't want EUR, so I will go for local currency as yes. What is my local currency? My local currency is INR. Okay. So now just keep clicking enter, because this is number range which is not getting copied while you are copying company code 0001 onto your own. Okay, it says, do you really want to copy number name? I don't require. I'll just say no. Now you see all the tables are getting copied. Okay, so once again I'm changing this thing, and then this one changes. Let me see if it gets saved or not. If it is not saved, once again I have to go to the table TNIW5 and find out if there are any other double digit or 2-character entries. Okay, so now here I could go with 0001, company code, company code is 77. I'll just say copy. So it will take a couple more minutes. Now you see here, company code 1000 copied to 777 without 733 number range objects. That's okay. You just go and say okay. Now you see here, go to completed activities. So here your 77 is created. Okay. So now you go to the second option, that is edit company code data. Because your 777 is created right now, you can go and make modifications according to your customer requirements. So 777 is created. Now you see here 777 is created, but the company name is specified as IDESAG. Why? Because you have copied from 0001. The company code name of 0001 is IDESAG. That's the reason the name has adopted. Now you do not want the adopted one. What you want is, you want it to change, right? So now you select 777, go with details. Here you can change the name as Nissan. What is this company? What is the name we thought we should use this? Nissan India Private Limited. Okay, so let me rename this as Nissan India, let's say PVT Limited. City, I would just go use Chennai. Country, India. Currency, INR. Language, English. Say hit enter. Okay, so now to answer the question which we have copied here, GL accounts, currency, I would say name and description. Okay, I would say name, description and address. Okay, apart from this there is something called chart of accounts, which we will see it. Okay, hit enter, and then now you see, after entering company name, I mean to say company code name and country additional data, you can click on this postcard icon where you will maintain address details, right? So this particular information is actually copied from 0001 company code, but this is not the one that I am going to use it. Okay, so therefore I will be changing this one, company Nissan India Private Limited. Okay, street number whatever, 123 Chennai. Okay, right? So search name is Nissan. I'll just give it a search name as Nissan. So once again, street, you maintain street as something like this. House number 231, postal code 5-character key, So you specify this, and then city as Chennai, country India, okay. Region, you can remove region, or else if you want to specify region, you could do so. It's Tamil Nadu, right? So where is TN? Tamil Nadu 22. Time zone, okay. In India, it is what we call it as GMT plus 5:30. You would have an option for India. You see India, GM plus 5:30. Okay, this is nothing but GMT plus 5:30. PO box number, postal code, you maintain this here as well. And then language, which is English. Use English as the language. In case if you want to maintain fax, email, uh, etc. details also, you can do so here. And then finally, you go with copy or say OK, and then you save it. Okay, once data is saved, you have copied your company code. Right? In case if you want to see the transport organizer, now you see you have got only 2 customizing requests, isn't it? Under this Nissan changes, you have got define company and credit control area. You have just completed company code, so therefore if you just go and refresh it, you would see 3. Now if you just go into it, under customizing, you would see 3 things.
Srinivas, I have one question in this one.
Yes, leader.
We have modified all the details for the language English.
Correct.
For example, if it is a multilingual, the data need to be changed, log in as each different language and change it, or is there any method we can change the language for other languages?
Okay, let me answer your question this way. Now we are creating company code. We are not creating any material. Okay, for example, if this is a Chinese company code, if you want to specify the name and address of the company code in Chinese language, you have to log in as Chinese language and maintain that. Or, okay, that's one way. Other way is, let's say you have got a Chinese company, you have got an Indian company, you have got a UK and US company, and assume you have got a Japanese company as well. Now there is one material number is same, but you wanted all these company codes to use it. In such cases, what you do is, you create only one material number, but rather you maintain description in multilingual format. That is the next part, and when you create a material master or any other master data where SAP supports multilingual.
Yeah, that's even for example, whatever the details we have specified over here, if they want to see in different language, then we are maintaining the system as multilingual. So obviously we need to log in as different language and maintain these language details.
Correct.
But the one, okay.
No, not required. I'll just show you. Okay, so this is English, right? Let me see if I could able to log in with the Japanese language or Chinese language. This is the system. Lakshmi is the user ID. Okay, it seems it's been removed, sir, here. Had it been there, I would have seen the search help screen indicator here. That's not there. If I go with JP, Japanese, password is something like this. See here, JP is not there. Or even see, it's been removed. I guess it's been removed in this system, but yes, it will allow you.
Why didn't you put DE, German, for example?
Okay, let me just check it. That one also. Right. Okay. EC01 is the transaction code to see or to create. Now you see here, organization object BUCHUM something, company code this is. Okay. or I'll just go with it like this, SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Okay, come on, where is the enterprise structure? Is this the one?
That's the one, yeah.
I think so. Definition, finance. Okay, so this is your company code. Okay, I'll just go with edit company code. Right now, you see here your company code is 777. Because it is not being maintained in Deutsch language, you would still see the characters in English. So if you want to maintain, you can come here and then you change.
But just I was thinking, is there any other way to do that one? So that means actually.
No, as far as I am aware of it, for the organizational elements, no. But for material master, yes, it is possible.